Fossil fuels obey the law of supply and demand, albeit very loosely. Petroleum prices rise when supply cannot keep pace with demand. Demand exceeds supply today, and so prices of petroleum have returned to historic highs. These high prices have stimulated exploration for new oil fields, as well as broadened the range of economically feasible options for oil extraction from established fields. Expanded exploration and extraction extends the world's petroleum supplies. As petroleum becomes more expensive, so do other fossil fuels and other energy sources. Higher energy prices promote conservation. The following examines the potential for energy conservation in the transportation sector. Globalization of the world's economy requires that humans and their goods move long distances. Consequently, travel of passengers and freight are likely to double during the next half-century. This expanded travel derives both from human population growth and from everyone traveling further. In addition, more people are traveling in their own car or small truck, light-duty vehicles. Petroleum serves as the energy source for over 95% of transportation. The transportation sector consumes half of the world's petroleum output, a proportion that's likely to increase in the future. A straightforward strategy for prolonging petroleum supplies is to invoke additional conservation measures in the transportation sector. The Middle East supplies most of the world's petroleum and has its largest proven oil and natural gas reserves. For this reason, among others, the political volatility of this region has global consequences. In October 1973, when the Yom Kippur War erupted between Israel and its Arab neighbors, Arab petroleum exporters initiated an oil embargo against Israel's supporters, including the United States, Western Europe, and Japan, that they maintained until March 1974. Supplies of petroleum dropped, prices shot up, and motorists in these countries had to wait in long lines at filling stations. 5 years after this embargo ended, the Iranian Revolution precipitated another oil crisis that again doubled petroleum prices and generated long lines at filling stations. Wars in Iraq from 1990 to 1991 and from 2003 to 2011 have also influenced oil supplies and prices. Conservation in the transportation sector would provide greater independence from Middle East oil supplies. Conservation measures in the transportation sector also would reduce greenhouse gas emissions. About 21% of global emissions currently derive from transportation, 33% in the United States, 10% in China, and this fraction is expected to reach 23% by 2030. Emissions from all modes of transportation except buses are climbing at about 2% per year. Light-duty vehicles, that is, passenger cars and small trucks, contribute the largest share of emissions. Therefore, an obvious strategy for greenhouse gas abatement is to improve the efficiency of light-duty vehicles.